Seasons, greetings, and happy holidays. My name is Ben, and welcome back to another episode here of the 12 Sprues of Kit-mas. We are on to build day number 7. Last time we had a little bit of some trouble with that last kit for build day 6, but I'm hoping that today is going to be a little easier or at least a little bit more fun. So let's go ahead and grab that box and we're going to check it out. Now, luckily, we have reached the halfway point here. So day 1 through 6, all finished up. So now I'm hoping we are on a nice easy slide right down to the finish line. Who knows if that's going to be the case though. So let's go ahead and punch on through and we'll see what we have in store for us today. Kind of fish around in here and there's that label. Oh, it is really taped in there. So let's go ahead and get that out. All right, there we are. And let's go ahead and check it out. Fingers crossed it's a decent one. Open that up and all right, so we have a vintage Airfix kit. This is the Henschel HS123A1. Now, I actually like the look of this biplane. It's one of those pre-World War II interwar period designs, very cool looking. This is a classic vintage kit though, so don't expect anything too modern. It's gonna be a pretty retro kit. Now the parts themselves, we have everything raised. We have all rivet detailed, we have all spars and structural detail. All of it is raised. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes down. I'm expecting some trouble, some fit issues, and of course the decals having to conform over all those raised panel lines. Who knows? Who knows? But it's all well and good. We're going to have some fun anyway. Let's jump into our first time lapse and let's go ahead and start with some basic assembly. Then let's clean up all the parts and we're going to prime and start our painting process because that's going to be kind of fun to do. So hopefully we'll get it going. All right, let's jump into that first time lapse. Let's get this party started. And we are back. So far, we've got the HS123 primed and we've got our top colors on. I went ahead and went with the basic RLM color scheme for early war German aircraft. I always like painting that type of color scheme, and that camo pattern with his hard angular lines, just super fun to paint. So with that done, we're going to go ahead and prepare our windscreen because it's legit just a windscreen. We're going to mask that off. We're going to glue that down and we're going to paint it so that we can move on to the rest of our build, which will include masking for the undersurface, painting the undersides, and then of course gloss coat and getting it ready for decals. And actually this kit is cooperating decently. I haven't had any sort of real fit issues. We've got a little bit of a step though on the front cowling to the fuselage, but I sanded it down and it doesn't look that bad. I think it's going to pass just fine, especially for 3 feet or for a tree ornament, whatever I end up doing with the finished model. Either way, I think we're on the right track. So not actually as difficult as I thought it was going to be to assemble. Yeah, no detail though. That's why I painted the pilot and put him inside, because I wanted the lack of detail to be hidden, and pilot figures are a good way of doing that. So let's go ahead and jump back in there. We're going to start by masking off the undercarriage. These are fixed landing gears and they have to be this green color. And then we're going to start laying down some masking for the side demarcation lines between the splinter camo and the undersurface light blue. Then we can go ahead and get onto the gloss coat and get it ready for decals. So let's go ahead and jump back into the time lapse. Let's push on. Let's do it. So with our gloss coat applied, we have everything glued into place. We've got our wings on, we've got our struts on, and I'm very curious how these decals are going to work. So that's the next step. Now, like I said, I haven't really ever had trouble with Airfix decals, especially with microsol and microset. Usually they apply themselves nicely to the different raised and recessed panels, and I'm hoping this is going to be just the same. So first off, we're going to go ahead and cut out all the decals. We're only going to use the German markings, not the Legion Condor. We're going to put those aside for maybe a rainy day or another model kit here or there. And we're going to go ahead and just apply the German markings, and there's not a lot of them. It's a very simple decal pattern, so we're just go ahead and apply all of these different iron crosses. We've already painted the yellow band, so we don't need that, and just a couple of tactical numbers and symbols and whatnot. So let's go ahead and get back in there, guys. Let's go ahead and decal everything. Then we're going to flat coat it. We're going to get this thing all finished up. We'll be back and I'll show you guys our finished HS123A1. right, everybody, we are back and we have finished off build day number 7. And I gotta be honest, I expected this kit to be super difficult to build with part fit issues and huge gaps and so many troubled areas. It wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty enjoyable. So I'm going to grab the kit here and I'll show you the finished product. And here it is, the finished 1/72nd scale Airfix Classic Henschel HS123A1. I've got the pilot in there to hide some of the lack of detail, which is absolutely fine. That was a fun little figure to paint up. The decals worked beautifully. All the paint went on nicely. We've got a couple of armaments, some bombs, some drop tanks. Honestly, a very fun little build. Get you a real quick close-up here, and as you can see, I kept the weathering to basically none. I didn't really fool around with weathering too much. This is one of those vintage kits, and so I figured all this raised detail, all these rivet lines, who knows what's going to happen if I try to weather it, so I left it pretty clean. We've got our bombs in place under the wings. We've got our centerline drop tank. The propeller does turn if that's something you're interested in, though it does cover up the twin guns right up there in the front, so I'll push it off to the side here. And yeah, we got our pilot in there. The pilot figure was a really nice little sculpt. Went ahead and painted him up in the Luftwaffe colors, and I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. But that is it, guys. We are all finished up with build day number 7. This was a really fun little kit. Even though it was one of the vintage kits from Airfix, it still went together decently well, and I had a blast building it up. So big shout out to Robert for sending it along. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and jump into build day number 8, see what we have in store for us then. Until our next episode, you guys know the drill. Go out there, get yourself some bench time, have some fun, build something cool, and we'll see you back here on the next episode of 12 Sprues of Kit-mas for more holiday fun. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Happy holidays, and we'll see you back here on build day number 8. We'll see you soon.